before selling our house, we were obviously worried that we wouldn't get the value for our house that we wanted. We were concerned that the process itself would be really hard, really exhausting, and just might be a really long process. I guess fears that most people have is they're looking to sell homes in the Bay Area. For us, there was also the fear before we thought to sell our house. There was also a fear of are we going to be? We're in a 2-bedroom apartment right now. We were hoping to upgrade with our growing family to a much larger place, and so there was the fear of us being able to buy a much larger place as well.
Yeah, I think for us it's all about timing. We thought we would be in the market for a place much later. Maybe at this point next year. But when things kind of happen, they happen fast here, and so you kind of need to play a bit of catch up. So I think when we listed our place, it was all about, well, how quickly will it move? Will we get the right kind of the right value? And will it all just kind of fall into place? Was the concern. Your familiarity with this building, and just I think, Brett, getting to know you over the years, right? I think this wasn't really about an individual transaction. It was, hey, I've been speaking to Brad about what we aspire to do and what we want to do, and running scenarios with you for over a long period of time. So it was just very, very natural that when it came time to do something and do something quickly, wanted to go with somebody who knew us and and just kind of knew what we were trying to do.
And I think our situation too, right? Because we were looking to buy a place and then in parallel sell our place, and use proceeds actually from our sale to purchase the place and kind of do them with the timing that we needed. I think for me personally, it helped that Brad was really familiar with our situation, knew what we needed, knew our timelines, and that really helped us kind of feel comfortable.
So I think what you did differently was, I think work with us to kind of design a strategy, and then execute upon that, right? And everything was, just extremely quick and and kind of reliable. We were having conversations at all day and night, and it was just kind of the faith that we knew that, okay, once we had agreed on a way of moving forward, everyone was kind of doing their part, and and we were getting things done. So just, I think, being able to kind of multitask amongst all of us made the whole thing possible. It was very different than prior processes.
Yeah, I think the only thing I would add to that is, I think, like you said, is I think since timing was of essence to us, it was really helpful that Brad, I think we've called him late at night, early in the morning, and he's always been really responsive. He was taking our calls and kind of keeping us focused on the process. That was helpful.
It was very well organized, right? And again, everything happening in a compressed time frame. The process from beginning to end, Brad had a conversation with us and let us know what was going to happen on what day. We could expect kind of an open house, what we would need to do to prepare for that, and then kind of subsequently what would happen, right? Well, and literally down to, all right, on Monday this is what's going on, Tuesday, Wednesday, etc. All the way to bid date and then beyond. So that just, I don't know, for maybe our personality types, that helps when you just have some clarity of what's going to happen. I think two things. I think the maximizing value, which was very important to us, and hitting our timelines. And so kind of just program managing the whole thing, everything from, photographer to, understanding kind of the complex ins and outs of getting into the building and things like that, and designing workarounds, just allowed us to hit our timeline. And then at the end of the day, negotiation strategy and kind of being able to drive the most value out of our sale was key. Yeah.
No, I think that pretty much sums it up. I think for us it really helped that obviously Brad was able to maximize value for us overall in our sale. We're pretty pleased with the entire process. I think it also really helped us. For us it was pretty key that we not just sell our home, we sell it in the time frame that we needed to sell it. And I think something you pointed out, we got it done in time, and I think Brad came through for everything that we needed him to come through on. So
I'll add a third. So calming influence, because I think the one part of the process that nobody talks about before, this was our first sale of a place, nobody talks about is just the level of stress that it involves in the middle. And so just to be able to call up Brad and have him give you that assurance that everything's going to be okay, it's going according to plan, and just kind of hearing that it helps, and it's important to sleep at night while the process is going on. Yeah. So that was helpful.
I think based off of even my previous experience with real estate agents, I think the one thing that I really felt with Brad was Brad really, he sprung to action. Literally, whether it was, we actually sold and bought our house through Brad, and on both sides of the transaction, again, I think we keep saying this, but time was of essence, and Brad really, really sprung to action, got everything done within timelines. He, like Gokul had kind of mentioned before, he set the timeline for us really well, which helped us kind of see what the next steps were. And I think at no point did Brad actually drop the ball. And I think to us I think it's important in general in a sales process is that I felt like I didn't need to manage the process. I didn't need to remind Brad to meet a deadline. Brad always met deadlines, and if he told us that he was going to get something to us XYZ date, he got it to us on that date, which I can highly appreciate, because like Gokul said, at least for us, it was our first sale. It was a very stressful process, and so if that was something we needed to, if one of us felt like we needed to organize delivery of something or deliverables, I think that would have added a lot to the stress of the process.
Yeah, I think, and it just speaks to just what a professional Brad is. That he knows the ins and outs of this business to such a degree that he's just comfortable operating in, very quick time frames. There's no lag or doubt in kind of what comes next in the process. And he's just able to guide you through that in a confident and very professional manner throughout.
I would give you a 5-star. Like I said, we got what we needed. We needed the value from our home, and we needed it to be done in a certain time frame. So we got what we needed from our home sale, maybe even more than we anticipated. So, we have absolutely nothing that we would have done differently.
Yeah, absolutely 5 stars.
That's awesome.
So I think the potentially the most, I don't know if this is unique or not, but I think it's got to be pretty rare. But on the buying side, we essentially saw a place, and within 24 hours, we had a live bid on that place, and in that time it was Brad was responsive on a Sunday evening on a long weekend. We went and saw the place the next morning, and immediately Brad pointed out 3 or 4 things that I don't think we would have ever seen. So quickly summed up the place. He had read all of the disclosures before we showed up, so he knew the ins and outs of the location. And it was just, we were able to have just a very advanced conversation in a very quick quick amount of time.
Yeah.
And then he helped us wrangle all of the right folks. Talk to speak the financial speak the kind of the architect speak, and then and talk to us about, do we picture our family in that place. So just be able to kind of move between those different perspectives in a really easy manner, and then negotiate very aggressively, for the place, which is our style. So, we gelled very well in that as well. So, I think that process was great.
Yeah, no, I agree. And the only other thing I would add is obviously that I think the one thing that Brad did that was over and above, obviously there's the transactional aspect, which obviously we're pleased with. We think we got a place that we really like in a price range that we were in fact better than we were expecting to get. And I think the other thing was kind of the over and above that I really liked was that after we actually bought the place, Brad sat down with us and told us things that we could be doing to the house to not just enhance value of the house, but to enhance the experience of moving in, the experience of like living in the house. And I think I really appreciated those little kind of over and above things. Yeah. We feel good about both sides of the transaction. We feel like we got good value. We feel like you handled the process really well.
And I think again, just it's just knowing the trade really well, right? At the end of the day, when you read disclosures, some of that stuff can sound really scary, and so for Brad's expertise to be able to say, okay, well, this is what you need to focus on. And this is fine. This sounds worse than it is. This is, but this is something that you need to really pay attention to. That level of expertise kind of allowed us to say, okay, well, what's the real value to us? What is something going to cost us down the road that we need to keep an eye on? And just put all of that into the equation very quickly was also important.
I'll also say that Brad always came prepared for every meeting. For every meeting that he came, if there was a document we were going to review for that meeting, Brad had reviewed the document and came with like pointers, right, and like summarizing the document for us, and then ready to answer any questions we had. So I appreciate that. Even the first time we went to see the home with Brad that we were going to buy, he'd already read through everything about the house, had come to us with ideas on like what he liked about the home and things that could be improved about the homes or things that we should be considering before we bought the home, and I appreciated that. I guess we both did.
Yeah.
Space, yeah. We never had a guest room, and now we have two.
Guest room feels like such a luxury in the area. Yeah, I think just with the growing family, the extra space, the area that it's in, to find a gem, in a neighborhood, in a great school district, all of that, in a place where. Yeah, we're excited about.
Yeah, we're really excited to move there.
Yeah.
I think it really fits well with what you guys want to do.
Yeah.
I can see you guys living out there and really enjoying it.
Yeah. No, us too.
The neighbors already, and I can see.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And all that stuff. So
Yeah.
we will be very much at home.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, we saw a bunch of kids. I think that's all the neighborhood to us. As we were walking down, there was kids in strollers and parents taking their kids down to the park. So.
And school is so close by.
It'll be walking.
His school is close
distance.
by, Kyra's too, and we like the school in the area too. We're hopeful that maybe the kids go there.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So.
Well, that was great. Thank you so
Oh,
much.
thank you
so much.
Thank
you
you.
so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Brad.